Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. How are we all? I hope we're all good. Hope we're all well. So, it's Thursday. How did we get to Thursday? Felt like only a day that I was saying it was Monday. So I hope we've got some nice things planned today for Thursday. Um, look on the positives. Let's look on the positives. So I'm here today in the mornings just to give you two cards. Whether it's something to think about, something to take your mind off things, whatever you want to use these cards for, you can. I am quite excited today because we are now in a new energy, a new energy of the cat. So some of you will see throughout on Crystal Cornucopia on my business page there that from the 24th of December till yesterday in the Celtic zodiac sign, it was stag deer energy. And now over from today, the 21st of January till the 17th of February, we are in the energy of cat. So on my business page on Crystal Cornucopia on Instagram or Facebook, I'm going to be starting to post pictures of cats. In particularly, it will be the Scottish wildcat because that's the Celtic. That is our emblem when we think of the cat. But I might put some pictures of domestic cats on there as well, just for us to walk in that energy, just for us to allow that energy to mix in with how we're feeling at the moment. So we can focus on that picture, see what energy we pick off that. Morning, Georgie. How are you? We are so good. We are so good. I hope you are too, sweetheart. Good morning, Lucy. I hope you're well. So yeah, so there's a lot of things that are going out there on my pages that is animal related, and I'm trying to keep that on Crystal Cornucopia because Crystal Cornucopia is my radio show on UK Serenity Radio. So anything animal related, I keep it on there, and then anything else spiritual wise, I keep on Dan Rocks. So the events, the workshops, and if anybody is wanting to work with animal energy, um, I have got some amazing workshops in February coming up. So I've put them into categories. The first workshop is on top of the world, and this is the earth animals. And again, they're all based on wildlife we can see in and around the UK. That's where my heart is. That's where I like to connect with. I'm not saying anything bad about American animals or African animals or exotic animals. There are so many messages in those animals, but I like to look at the UK animals. So on top of the world, the earth animals, we're going to be looking at Scottish wildcat. We're going to be looking at the pine marten. We're going to be looking at red squirrel, and we're going to be looking at the hazel dormouse. And each animal we're going to discuss in the physical sense. We're going to discuss in the spiritual sense. We're going to discuss the crystal that I link in with that animal. So if we see that animal briefly in the wild, or if we're out visiting an animal centre or something, and you think, oh, there might be something more to that, we could pick up that crystal and link in with the energies of what that animal might be showing you. And then at the end, we do a personal meditation on each to meet the spirit, the essence of that animal. So we get to meet wildcat, we get to meet hazel dormouse, pine marten, and red squirrel, and see if there is messages there. And hopefully, at the end of that workshop, there will perhaps be one, maybe more of those animals that will join your tribe and will join your guides, and you can link into that. Might be just the situation you're in at the moment, there'll be an animal that fits there. Then we've got We Belong to the Sea, and there we look at grey seal, we look at basking shark, we look at the dolphin and the humpback whale. All of these we can see around the British coast, and again exactly the same. Look at the physical, look at the spiritual, we look at the crystals, but most importantly is the meditations to go in and meet these spirits, the essences of these beautiful animals. Then we have spirit in the sky, the air element. So we'll be looking at tawny owl, we'll be looking at peregrine falcon, we'll be looking at the robin, and we'll be looking at heron. 4 very different birds, and the same format again, ending in each time we end with a meditation to meet those 4 birds separately, 4 separate meditations to see what messages they bring us there. And then the one that I'm most excited about is We Didn't Start the fire element, and these are the mixture of the reptiles and the amphibians. So we're going to be looking at adder, we're going to be looking at the slow worm, they're the 2 reptiles, and then we'll look at toad and we'll look at the great crested newt. They're the 2 amphibians, and again exactly the same. We'll discuss the natural side of them, the spiritual side of them, the crystals associated with them, and then go on a little journey with each animal to see what is there. So there are 4 amazing workshops that are coming up in February, and there is 25% off those workshops. So they were £40, they're now £30. So if anyone is interested, please do send me a message. Oh, Georgie, you're getting your vaccine on Sunday. Good luck, sweetheart. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Joe, morning, Dan and everyone. I enjoyed Serenity Radio last night. Saw a vivid fox. Wonderful. Oh, Joe. Apart from my good friend Hillary, you're one of the first to give me feedback on my radio shows. So that is amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, so last night I was on UK Serenity, kicking off series 2 of Crystal Cornucopia, and we spoke about fox, and fox has been my spirit guide since day dot. I was born in Leicestershire. The emblem of Leicestershire is a fox. One of my first cuddly toys was a fox. I went to Sketchley Hill School in Burbage. The emblem for that was the fox. I was seeing foxes everywhere. My mum's side of the family came from a hunting village. When I would be in the pram, my mum would take me up there on the Boxing Day to see the hunt, to see them on horseback and all the hounds and see them setting off. That is something I have not brought forward. I don't do that sort of thing, and I don't stand for that. So yeah, when my mum told me that, because I mean obviously I was only in a pram, and when my mum said, "Oh, I used to take you up to see the hunt," I was, oh, really? How dare you? But it's that way of working with guides, working with animal spirits. There is the positives and the negatives of how it comes to work with you. So that was part of that reason, coming from a hunting village. So yeah, but you know, Fox has been with me, so it was so nice to work with Fox and to talk about it last night. Next week I'm talking about Kestrel, and Kestrel is such a personal guide for me again. I have the 3 at the moment. I have Fox, which has been with me all my life. I've had Kestrel, who has been with me since the passing of my mum. And then last year, I picked up Humpback Whale. So they're the 3 guides that work with me. I don't work with human guides. I don't work with, if any of you joined me last night on the market, you'd have seen that we had some gorgeous Kuan Yin black obsidian pendants. Ascended masters, archangels, they don't come to me. And it kind of turned into a little joke last night because I was trying to explain what Kuan Yin was holding. And thankfully, I had the beautiful Hilary Stanley, my good friend, watching. And she is. I mean, she knows the Ascended Masters. She knows the archangels. It's almost like she can talk about them like she would talk about me. They are a tribe. They are friends to her. So thankfully, she was on there and correcting how I was describing what Kuan Yin was holding. So yeah, I don't deal with humans or human forms of the guides. They come through pretty much animals, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing at the moment, combining all of that. So that was so funny. It was, and I mean, and this is what I love about Hilary, is she will know this sort of thing, but she will not pass judgment on people who walk the spiritual path who doesn't know those things. We've had so many conversations. I think it was the last time we did a live when we did our radio show, and I said to her, I love how you can just bring in an ascended master. Talking about ascended masters, there's mine. Morning, Ivy. How you could bring one in and just talk about it. And she said, but it's like you with the animals. You could just bring in an animal and talk about it. But so yeah, you can't upset her. You know, she'll educate you, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, at the last time, because I shared the Year of the Boar with, now bear with me because I can't pronounce his name, Dalai Lama. He is a boar. He was born in the Year of the Boar, same as me. And because I can't pronounce his name, I sound like I'm calling him a Dalai Lama, but I'm sure you know who I mean. I cover the famous aspects on our show. I talk about the famous people. So I talked about the singers, the actors, anybody else who was associated there. And then I really wanted to talk about this guy, but I didn't know how to pronounce it. And obviously I'm with Hilary and I'm like, oh, she'll know about this guy. So I referred to him as the monk dude. And she was just like, no, you can't refer to the Dalai Lama as the monk dude. And this was going out while we were recording the show. So it was so funny how, yeah, just to see her face of just like, oh God, you know, you could see that this person is somebody that she would consider a dinner guest. She would consider this person very important at her dinner table. And I've just kind of like, you know, yeah, it was hilarious. But yeah, so the Dalai Lama, he's pretty special. I mean, no doubt she would tell you of the story, which I absolutely love, when she went to, it could be Singapore, or it could be Vietnam. But she went there with a friend, and a friend is a good friend, but they don't really. She doesn't understand what Hillary does, and Hillary had a foot problem at the time. She couldn't make it up steps, and there was one temple that Hillary really wanted to go into, but she couldn't because there was too many steps for her to manage. So her friend says, well, how about if I go in, I'll take some pictures and I'll do that. So she says, well, would you? And she knew how much that would mean to her because she doesn't follow Hillary's spiritual stuff. So it's like, oh, that's really nice. So a friend went up there, took some pictures, and she came down and was like, oh, it was all right. She's like, but there was this dirty old scrote in the corner, a statue of this dirty old scrote. So I thought I'd take a picture of it for you. And she went, who was that? And so Hillary saw the picture and she went, that's Buddha. You cannot call Buddha a dirty old scrote. So when I called the Dalai Lama the monk man, I could see the same kind of as she showed me when she shared that story with me. So it was that. But yeah, Hillary is one special, unique soul. Absolutely. I love her to bits. I'm going to be talking to her today, actually. We're doing our next show. And also on UK Serenity today, 3:15 is our radio show, When a Dragon Met a Boar. That's at 3:15 today on UK Serenity, and it's the collaboration of me and Hillary. I have no idea what it sounds like. All I know is we had fun doing it, and we started with Rooster. And it's very important that we started with Rooster because Rooster comes to give us that wake-up call. And I think we all need that wake-up call at the moment. We were umming and ahhing, where do we start? And it was very important to us that we wanted, when the Chinese New Year comes, that week we want to talk about the Year of the Ox, because that's what we're going into. We're going into the Year of the Ox on the Chinese New Year, which I think is the 12th of February. I should know this because we've been doing a show on this. I think it's the 12th of Feb, the Chinese New Year. However, we started with Rooster, we recorded Rooster, and then they decided to hold our shows back a week, which then obviously knocked us out of sync. So we've got Rooster. Then we talk about Dog the following week, next week. Then we talk about Boar. Today we are going to be recording Ox. Now it should be the Rat, but obviously because the weeks got knocked back and out of sync, we've took Rat out. And we're talking about Ox because this show will go out when it is the Chinese New Year week. And there's a good reason, actually, why this happened and why we took Rat out. But Hillary will explain the reason why today on our show. So listen in on February to find out why did we take the Rat out. Yeah, right. Cards. I have literally been talking for 20 minutes and I've not even done the cards of the day. So your first card for today. Good morning, Emma. I hope you're well, sweetheart. So the first card, Octopus. Now, we all know that octopus, they're pretty strange alien-like creatures. Highly intelligent. We will know that they're good at doing puzzles. They're great escape artists. They know how to escape out their tanks. They don't but they can fit into really small spaces. They can really push themselves in. So octopus is with us, but also we need to consider these 8 limbs. Okay, so at the moment, what are we juggling? What have we got on at the moment? Right, this arm I've got this arm I've got that arm's got that. Do we need to grow some arms to help us with the things we're juggling? Or is there some things that, we can't juggle? If you've got 8 arms, then yeah, you could perhaps juggle 8 things at once. Sometimes we need to realize we've only got 2 arms. Therefore, we can only hold 2 things. We can only juggle 2 things. Or we can juggle 1 thing. Okay, so have a look at that. If you're juggling and you're thinking, oh God, I'm going to drop something at the moment in a minute, look at what is it that I can let go of? What is it that we can drop? And let that be. Okay. Good morning, Ange. Good morning, Dawn. Oh, bless you, Dawn. It's a good job you wasn't here at the beginning. I've been talking about our good friend Hillary. Joe, I will be listening this afternoon. My granddaughter is a rooster. She's an earth child, loves animals. She's only 3, but animals are a big part of her life. That's beautiful, Joe. That is beautiful. And I'm going to put octopus down for a minute because I'm not talking about octopus, so I don't want people to refer that. And the way we set the show up is we talk about the rooster. We talk about the general characteristics of the rooster. I bring in a little bit of the animal thing, like, if we look at a rooster in the real life, what do we get from that? The proudness, and then in the second half, we talk about the elements, because the Chinese, they separate the years into elements, into earth, wood, fire, water, metal. And then we talk about the crystals that can help with that animal, if you're a rooster. And then in the second part, it's quite good. Hillary talks about the hour or the hours of the rooster, because the Chinese also dedicate 2 hours a day to an animal. So even if I was born a pig, I was born in the year of the boar, but obviously, I was born at midday. I can't remember. I'm sure it was horse. But Hillary will mention that. So if you are listening to the radio show and you're thinking, oh God, some of that relates to me, but I'm a snake. I was born in the year of the snake. It might be that you were born in the 2-hour gap that rooster was there. So you're bringing that in. So yeah, very interesting. Octopus really resonates with me and has come up a lot recently. Brilliant. Angela, good card. Not enough hours in the day. Working from home and homeschooling. Man. Yeah. Wow. Oh, you was listening. Bless you. Bless you. And then we've got our second card, which is mouse. Now, mouse is a small mammal. It's a rodent. So here we're going to be looking at all the small details. We're going to be looking at, that small things count. So with octopus, we're juggling. And maybe if it comes to, right, okay, what do I need to let go? We might need to go over this with a fine tooth comb. We might need to look and go, right, okay. Or if you're handing in a project, if you're doing something work related, you might be somebody that's like, right, I can't just hand that in. I need to spell check. I need to make sure, the fine details, because that's what you are about. It's who you are. You stress over the small things. And although sometimes people are like, oh, don't worry about the small things. there are some small things that can escalate into bigger things. So there are some small things that we do need to tackle, and it's better to tackle why they're small than why they are big. And so we've got the mouse, you know, and the mouse has got a tiny mouth. So if you've got something huge in front of you and you think, oh, you know, like Angela with working from home and homeschooling, it's like, I have got this big thing. What? Bring in the mouse. Take small chunks. Don't look at the big, don't look at it as a whole. Just go, right, okay, I've done a bit of work. I've done a little bit of homeschool, done a little bit, and just take those little pieces, okay? Little. But yeah, but you've got, you know, Master of Disguise is the mouse. You know, they can very much be here, be gone. So there's that other side of them where they can be quite invisible. So for you, it might be that you want your quiet time. You want to just be invisible. You just want, you know, world, don't recognize me for the bit. No, don't call on me. I'm not here. My name's not Mum. You know, put a blanket over me. I've gone. I'm not here. Okay. So yeah, we might need our quiet time, which is very important. Very important. So quiet time, little bit at a time. Whatever mouse speaks to you, sit on that and work on that. So they're your two cards, octopus and mouse. So think of those. You could think on them today. You might find that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you might think, oh, now's time to bring in mouse. Now's my quiet time. Now this is. So, you know, bring them in when they resonate. They may not resonate with today, but there's the advice for when you're needed. But sit on those and think, what do they mean for me? What do they mean for me? So good advice, Ange. Oh, bless you. Yeah, if you resonate with what I say, brilliant. But like, I can only talk about how those animals resonate with me. They might resonate with you completely different, and I would say go with how they resonate with you. Okay. Emma, that sounds good. Quiet time. Yeah, we need that quiet time. We just need that, you know, because at the moment we don't have that escapism. You know, we're putting everything into our home. You know, our social time. You know, zooming your friends, zooming your family. That's your social time. So in the house, you've got that energy in the house. You know, whereas normally you would go out of the house and go into a coffee shop or walk along the river or somewhere to see your friends or to see your family. You've got your work life now in your house. Okay, so it's not like you can escape from the house to go to work and think, I'm just going to be at my desk and it's going to be nice and quiet. Brilliant. No, work is now here. And then obviously you've got your family life. You have got who you live with are here. So, you know, in all fairness, your four walls at the moment is taking a lot. And there is a lot of energy in your four walls that wouldn't necessarily be there in different circumstances, because we wouldn't bring that into your home life. It was like last week when we were talking on UK Serenity about obesity and about keeping fit. And there are people on there who keep fit at home. I can't. You know, my home for me is a place to chill. It's a place to relax. It's not a place to get fit. That's the gym. I go to the gym, and as soon as I go into that room, then my mind goes into, I'm here to keep fit. I come into the living room and my mind goes into, This is the room where we sit down and watch TV and eat lots of cake. It's not the place to do sit-ups. So, you know, our house has all of a sudden become this a mass of everything. So quiet time is important. We need that time to just, whoa, I need, and that's what I needed yesterday, you know. And it's why sometimes I swap rooms. Later on, when I do the meditation at 12, I will be up in Ruben's room, because for me it's changing that energy, changing that space, which is vital. But your house has become so much. It's become your office. It's become a classroom. It's become a social room. And you need to think about all those energies flying about. And so at night time, when the kids are in bed, the laptop's shut down, and you're watching telly, you might feel that, you know what, this isn't the living room it was before. This isn't my chill out room. It's now got all this other energy in there. So you might find that you need to cleanse your house a lot more with sage or with sound. You know, open the windows and let that fresh air come in and take out all of that, you know, because if I sat here all day, okay, so take today for instance, I'm sitting, this is where I sit to relax at night, but already I'm sitting here today, I'm talking about the card of the day to you guys, I'm chatting about radio, I'm chatting about that exciting stuff. And then if I was to stay here at 12 o'clock to do that meditation, I'll be sitting here bringing that in. Then I'll be having a chat with everybody there to make sure that they're back and what do they get from their journey. So there's that energy as well. And then I'll be recording my radio show with Hillary, which normally takes about 5 hours. And I'll be chatting about that. And then I'm going on to Serenity tonight at 8 to talk about body image. And so all of that is in this room. So then when I get to saying goodbye to everyone on UK Serenity, we've finished talking about body image. When I shut the laptop down and go, right, let's watch a bit of Survivor or let's watch a bit of Grace and Frankie, I'm not relaxing because I've got all of this energy that I have brought in throughout the day. So yeah, so for you guys out there who have got classrooms, who are homeschooling, homeworking, you know, it's full on. But just cleanse. Just, you know, be conscious of the energies you're bringing into your home. Your home is your personal space. You know, some of us don't like to bring work into home because we don't bring home into work. And some of us are very good at that, and we set the boundaries. And it's like, no, I've gone out to work. I don't talk about anything that's going on at home. I'm here to work, and I work. And when you're at home, you're like, no, I'm not working. I am home. It's family time. And now we've come to this place where all these worlds have just met, and you're like, whoa, I don't want this to meet. These things don't go together. They shouldn't be in the same room, but they are. And it's like, ugh. So yeah, get rid, cleanse. Morning, Heather. Or you just made your own cedar smudge sticks. Divine, beautiful. Anyway, I'm going off at a right tangent because I've been on now for half an hour, and I normally only talk about 15 minutes on these. So I'm going to let you all go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great day. Think of octopus, think of mouse. How can that work in your life? How can they come in with that? If you would like to join me at 12 o'clock for the mindful meditation, I will be putting those links on my personal page and my business page. So do join us at 12 o'clock. We are visiting, Thursdays is our alternative meditation, and we are going to be looking at South America. I'm going to be playing some South American music, but it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to sit in South America. We may go off somewhere else. So Lucy, my son is autistic and finds having his safe zone of our home invaded with school and work. So definitely, and that is it. Kids are very good at boundaries. Kids are very good with that, and they know that, yes, you do. I mean, this is why I don't agree with homework. It just, that's a whole different, that's another live. But that is exactly it. The fact that when they are comfortable and they're thinking, oh, you know, it's the weekend, I can sit, I can be me. And they've got that kind of like thing throughout the week, but it's like, oh no, you got schoolwork. It's like, what? But this is the dining room table. This is where we eat, you know, or this is the settee. This is where I chill. Like, I don't do this, you know, because even with homework, it's only about an hour or so. But for me, honestly, guys, do what you can. Do not stress on the things, you know, do what you can. They are going to be fine. They are going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Okay, so see you at 12 o'clock if you're coming for the meditation. If not, see you later on. Hopefully, do join us over on UK Serenity tonight for the live debate of body image. We'll be live. We'll be on the panel like this. But do come on board with your comments, questions, and we'll be happy to put them to the panel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.